You're giving me an EDM flashback, which I'm not super excited about. I'm feeling PTSD right now.
Hi, I'm Rice Patch. Last week I entered Kenny's beat battle and I had the honor of placing 6th, so thank you very much to everybody who voted, and thank you to Kenny for hosting. Today I just wanted to do a quick beat breakdown, show you guys my process and how I think. Alright, you guys might be wondering what program this is. I use LMMS. It doesn't usually look like this. This is a brief theme, and I'll put what it usually looks like up on the screen. LMMS is free, so if you use FL or like Ableton to make your beats get wrecked. I actually had another idea before this one. This is the second take. I spent about 20 minutes trying to go through it, and I ended up with a drum line and a bass. And so after 20 minutes, it was totally not working out, and I decided to just scrap everything, and this is the second take. So the first thing that I usually work on is like the drop.
I don't necessarily like the fact that I would refer to that as a drop.
And when I'm on a timer, I'll typically start by just going through random samples, trying to find one that inspires me. In this case, one of the samples I found was this plucky kind of metallic thing. And this is actually out of the Cactus Flower Gardening Essentials pack. I don't know if Cactus Flower still produces, but shout out to them. Anyways, pluck was really interesting to me. I thought it could make a good melody line. And that's where that came from. The effects on it are really simple. It's just a reverb and EQ. Yeah, and then I decided to do drums based around that lead. So I started with a kick and a clap, really basic. And later I added in some closed and open hats and obviously the triangle here. Ding, here are the drums together. After that, I decided to think about the 808 and chords. I usually think about these together, and then one of them gets done, and then I save the other one for later. In this case, I did the 808 first. This note down here is actually kind of a mistake. I played that on accident while I was recording, but I thought it sounded pretty cool, so it stayed in. So it sounds okay at this point. But we're missing a lot of melodic content. So this is where the sample comes in. First I scrubbed through the sample. This is my favorite part. It has a lot of good melodic content in it, and it's a simple, just a one note melody, so it would be pretty easy to use. I decided to use it as a pre-drop. The effects chain, really simple, just OTT. And then I realized while chopping it up that if I just played it like this, it sounded pretty cool, just kind of like a lead. And this ended up turning into the lead that's in the background. So I have one going at the original key, and then one that's 5 semitones lower, or at the 5th. At this point we have some good melodic content and a nice drum pattern going on. It was getting close, but I was missing a little bit of fullness. Spectrum was missing a lot of frequencies, and so I wanted to throw some mids in and put some chords in, some extra sauce. Here's the chord stack. This is just a really simple super saw kind of ish thing here in triple oscillator. This is pretty similar to FL's 3 times osc. It's a little bit worse for really subtle reasons, but it's about the same. All I have on this is just, you have a filtered saw with some chorus, EQ, saturation, the usual. It ends up sounding like this. So here are the chords. Just a couple of chords accentuating every 2 bars or so. Put it all together, we finally have our entire drop done. Yeah, so it sounds pretty good, but obviously I don't want the entire beat to just be that. I had about 15 minutes left at this point, so I tried to segue into it with a smooth intro. My initial idea was to copy the drop chords over into some other synth, and at first I chose Profanity, which is just a free Prophet 5 emulator. It sounds pretty good, but it's really sparse, so I layered it with some Rhodes. And then under that, I just threw in a triangle bass, really simple. All it has is an EQ on it. I decided to add this drum loop that I made. And I was pretty lucky because I had made this drum loop last week, and it was really close to the BPM I was looking for. And then to transition into the next section, I have obviously the pre-drop vocal, which is just the sample. And I also had the main chords, but filtered in. And then everything goes through a high pass. Yeah, so that's the build up into the drop. So that's pretty much it for the breakdown. Thank you again to Kenny for hosting the battle. Sorry I triggered your PTSD.
I've been through a lot.
Thank you to everybody who voted, and congratulations to all the winners. I had a really fun time. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe and like, and share this with all your producer friends. Thank you guys.